but your husband actually isn't the worst. Let me tell you why. You could be married to someone like Brendan Banfield, who's a true nightmare husband. Brendan and Christine Banfield decided they were gonna hire an au pair, a beautiful Brazilian au pair to come and live in their house. Well, guess what happened? Brendan decided he was done with his wife and child and set up one of the most elaborate and horrible criminal cases that I've ever heard. They start sneaking around together, but posting pictures of themselves on Snapchat, in the bath, all over the town, going on dates, sneaking around from the wife. And along with sneaking around, they decide to set up a secret dating profile under Christine Banfield's name, the wife. Well, lo and behold, they get a couple of hits and they start messaging someone named Joseph Ryan. Joseph Ryan and Christine start having a conversation about having a consensual meetup. Christine tells Joseph that she wants him to come in the open front door and be with her no matter how much she fights or argues or pushes back, and that this is what she's wanting. So Joseph Ryan shows up to the Banfield house thinking this is a consensual scenario that they've decided on together, but Christine had no idea. So when she's fighting back against Joseph Ryan, she's literally fighting for her life. The craziest part to me is that Joseph Ryan had absolutely no idea that Brendan Banfield was about to bust in the room pretending to be the knight in shining armor, unalives Joseph Ryan, and then actually turns the knife onto his own wife. Also, this infuriating footage of Brendan at the hospital, and he's sitting there crying and like, oh, my wife, I did everything I could, all this stuff. Here's the problem. Brendan and the au pair have one brain cell between the two of them because they immediately start letting things slip. And they're just playing pretend in this house now that Christine is gone. Literally to the point of removing her pictures and adding their own picture on the nightstand together. All of her clothes out of the closet. Insane. Let me just remind you also, they have a daughter together. So Brendan is like the worst of the worst. Me and my mom actually break down this entire case on our YouTube channel, Mom, There's Been a Murder. So if you want all the details, and I'm barely scratching the surface here, go ahead and hop over there and watch the full episode now.